hello.
Greetings.
Greetings from 32
Outer space?
degrees. Oh, no, 32 degrees in the Dordogne.
32.8 to be exact. Yeah, it's hot.
It's lovely, and it's July. Where are we? July something?
We are July to something. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's about as close as it gets here. So we've settled into, this is our first summer in our new life in France, in the Dordogne, and yeah, we're kind of getting used to it, aren't we? Settling into
Yeah,
a different lifestyle.
yeah, little by little. I think we're integrating a lot of the new things that I suppose we have incorporated into our lives, and obviously one of them is the weather. My body is certainly not used to 32.8 degrees, but I'm getting used to it. So that's kind of lovely. It's really nice.
Yeah, so we just wanted to share a little bit about what our life is like now, and what our days look like, and yeah, it's you know, we're sort of getting flashbacks on Facebook. Facebook memories are great. Flashing back to this time last year when we were so busy, we were packing up all our belongings and selling off a lot of our belongings in Crossgar in Northern Ireland, and buying a motorhome and getting ready to set off on our grand adventure in a few weeks' time. It's all unknown.
It was, yeah.
And this is us now. This is where we live. This is the back of the house. Down to the swimming pool, and fully wobbly cam all the way up to the beautiful potager where we grow our own vegetables, and the hammock, and yeah, so
Back around to the two
back
crazies.
around. So this is where we live, and what are your days looking like these days?
Well, they're all very different. When you said, you know, to give people a flavour of our days, the great thing is there's a huge variety in the days, and there's a lot of space, a lot of time, which was one of the things that was very important to us. And there's a lot of outdoor living.
Yeah.
I mean, we spend most of our time outdoors, which is such a change for us, given that we came from Northern Ireland, and, you know, the weather, particularly last year that we were there, was pretty wet, even in summertime, even in spring. So I think we got to use our outdoor patio area maybe 6 days in the whole year. Whereas now it's just day after day after day, we're outdoors, and it's lovely. It's really gorgeous.
Yeah, it was one of the things that we realised about 2 weeks ago. We realised that we had, when we bought the house, we bought nearly all the furniture for the house, which was great because we had sold nearly everything in Ireland. So we bought nearly everything that came in the house, including the outdoor furniture.
Yeah.
And there were these awful green plastic chairs, which, as you know, like, they're everywhere. But in this kind of heat, I mean, you just melt in plastic chairs.
You get sticky bum syndrome.
Horrible.
That's what you get, sticky bum syndrome.
So we realised we were kind of putting off buying new chairs, and then we realised, actually, do you know what? This is like, these are more important than the chairs in the house.
Yes.
Because we're going to spend more of our life probably sitting on them than the indoors chairs. So that's been a big change for both of us.
Yeah, the outdoor living.
Yeah.
And the other big change, I suppose, is, well, where we live here is pretty rural. It's rural France, the southwest, and we're in a little hammock of about 7 houses. But there's lots of little villages around the place, and in summertime they all come alive. So there's a seasonality to this part of France, which we didn't really experience in Northern Ireland, because, as we all know, we can get 4 seasons in one day. You tend not to here. So everywhere comes alive from about mid-April, and then everything goes back gradually into hibernation come October, November, and there's a 3 or 4 month kind of winter as such. But now everything is alive, including our potager, including the flowers, the trees, and the people. And there's lots of little blues festivals, lots of festivals commemorating the old ways, and all kinds of things going on all the time.
Marché Nocturne.
Marché Nocturnals, which are lovely, where everybody gets together. I think there was 400 people there in our local village the other night. People just sit down at these vast tables in the square, and you pick up bits of food from around the outside where all the locals are basically making different types of food and so on. Everybody sits down, you bring your own plates.
And there's music, there's a live music, and it's
wonderful.
All free, basically. Well, I mean, the food's not free.
Well, the food's not free.
Yeah, but it's great. There's a huge amount of different fetes and parties and all sorts of things going on around us, which we're trying to make the most of, you know.
Yeah.
And other big differences then? A big difference for you? How are you settling in with the language? That was a big fear for you, or a big concern for you?
Well, I'm learning. I've realised that, I know our brains are very plastic, but you get to a certain age, maybe it's It's not so plastic, and it doesn't want to change so quickly. So yes, I'm learning French. I mean, I'm very disciplined about it, and I have a teacher, and I attend 2 classes a week. And it's getting better and better and better, and it's so much better than it was 6 months ago. But still, it's quite tiring, particularly to have a conversation one-on-one for a full hour, like I do with my prof, my French teacher. But again, I suppose I realised that a little bit like physical exercise or whatever. It's important sometimes to get tired because you're stretching the muscle. So I'm stretching the muscle of my brain in learning new things, and I think that's. Anybody who knows me, they know it's very important to me to learn new things, to try new things, even though you got to push through the resistance and say, oh God, it's very easy to stay in this part of France and not speak French. It's quite easy.
It's
because huge English-speaking population, which we found very interesting, that some people actually have been here for 9 or 10 years and they hardly speak a word of French. And that's not really for us.
No, it's not what we wanted to do. I mean, my love of France is partly the language, I've always loved speaking French and hearing French and things, so I don't really want to be surrounded by English speakers the whole time, although it is nice to have a mixture,
It is.
So that's one of the things I'm really enjoying is the different international friends that we're making. We've got obviously some French friends, and we've got a few English friends, and some South Africans and Americans, and
Italian, Israeli, Brazilian.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. No, lots. Yeah, lots of different nationalities. So that's really, I love that. I love that mix. And I suppose the biggest difference for me really is there's just a real softness to life here. It's I don't know, and it's really impacted me. People say that how you are on the inside is reflected on the outside, and vice versa. I think also, how your environment is, your external environment has a huge impact on how you feel inside. If you lived in a very stressed out, if you live in the middle of New York, it's gonna impact you. It's very hard to stay serene and open and gentle.
Very hard to stay open because you tend to need to close, even just with the amount of people and the amount of noise. Here, the countryside is very soft. The people are very soft. Everything is quite gentle.
And we go out for walks. We go out for these beautiful walks through the forests and things here. You can walk for miles and miles and miles and literally never see another human being. Even in the summer, it's kind of weird. So it's got a bit busier now in the season.
It has, a bit, but not much. But you're more likely to see a few deer than you are a few humans. That's just the way it is.
But I suppose just in finishing up, I mean, if anybody's watching this who was considering moving, not just to France but to another country, and was feeling some fear about doing that, because the big difference between Owen and I is that I had done quite a lot of travelling when I was younger, so and I'd left Ireland when I was 17 and moved to London and had lived in various different places, whereas Owen had spent 60 years on the same island. So this was a big move. I mean, it was a big step. So if anybody is watching it who is thinking, at whatever age, if there's something in their heart calling them to try living somewhere else.
If your heart is calling you, it's a no-brainer. Of course you're going to meet fear when you step outside your comfort zone, whatever that is. Moving to a new country is a step outside your comfort zone. Learning a new language is a step outside your comfort zone. But for me, those kind of things make me come more alive. Otherwise you stay on this kind of the narrow path. And it's very comfortable, and maybe it's very secure, but after a while, is it really exciting? And so for me, that's the flip side of fear, the excitement. The excitement of trying something new. I always ask myself this question. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, what's the worst? And when you kind of drill down into that, it can't be that bad.
You go back to Ireland,
you could.
And people do, so. But yeah, good. And I think for me, I would just do it. Life's too short. Having watched both parents die over the last few years, and Dad getting dementia, and watching people around us, life's just too short. Just do it. If your heart's really calling you to do it, just push through the fear, or make the fear your friend, as Owen talks about a lot, and just go for it. I mean, I just don't look back. I have no. This is it. I feel as if I've been here forever at this stage, and I just love it. It's just making both of us come alive, and he's getting younger and younger and younger every day. I think I'm getting a bit younger every day.
Oh, you are. Definitely. Yeah.
So somebody said to us last year, if you move here, it'll take 10 years off your life. No, it'll add 10 years to your life.
You sure you got that right?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay, it'll take 10 years off your age and add 10 years to your life.
And if I can understand why. I can understand why. But so go for it. If you're thinking about it, go for it. Just try it. Whatever it is. Whether it doesn't
try
need
something new.
Try something new.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
you're worth it.
Give it a go. Have fun.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.